Jallikattu is a type of bovine sports, and we are satisfied on the basis of materials disclosed before us that it is going on in the state of Tamil Nadu for at least last few centuries. This event essentially involves a bull which is set free in an arena, and human participants are meant to grab the hump to score in the game. But whether this has become an integral part of Tamil culture or not requires religious, cultural, and social analysis in greater detail, which in our opinion is an exercise that cannot be undertaken by the judiciary. The question as to whether the Tamil Nadu Amendment Act is to preserve the cultural heritage of a particular state is a debatable issue which has to be concluded in the House of the People. This ought not to be a part of judicial inquiry, and particularly having regard to the activity in question and the materials in the form of texts cited before us by both the petitioners and respondents. This question cannot be conclusively determined in the writ proceedings. Since legislative exercise has already been undertaken and Jallikattu has been found to be part of cultural heritage of Tamil Nadu, we would not disrupt this view of the legislature. We do not accept the view reflected in the case of A. Nagaraja that performance of Jallikattu is not a part of cultural heritage of the people of the state of Tamil Nadu. We do not think there was sufficient material before the court for coming to this conclusion.
So the Supreme Court, in a path-breaking proceeding, has upheld the Tamil Nadu law which allows Jallikattu to take place. Now, first my question will go to Brijesh. Brijesh, just take us through what Jallikattu is for a larger audience. What is Jallikattu?
Well, Jallikattu is a very old, ancient tradition in which, this entire procedure, there's a sport which is reaped in their social moorings, and later on it was felt that to tame the bullet, it required it was tantamounted to the cruelty which was given to the bulls, and that is the reason why this sports was challenged in the apex court, in the court where it was held that that this flies in the face of prevention of cruelty to animal. This was regularly contested by the state government, saying that this is something which is part of Tamil Nadu's cultural heritage. This is one issue which goes back more than 100 of years. It is part of the cultural moorings of the state, and they kept on opposing the government's the court's decision on this. The Supreme Court had taken a decision saying that this cannot go, and then later on Tamil Nadu government changed the law and brought in that allowed Jallikattu to be practiced. They went against. Then this was, Ashok will be best able to guide through the legal journey of this case. But then it went to the 5 judges constitutional bench, which was to decide whether it is part of the social milieu of Tamil Nadu, whether it is a century-old tradition or not, or whether it is something which is very, very important to the cultural fabric of Tamil Nadu per se.
So, Kartikeya, first of all, let me just get to the genesis of the case. It all started in 2014. Now in 2014, the Supreme Court of India delivered the Nagraj verdict, and in the Nagraj verdict, it held that sports like bullock cart race, Jallikattu and other sporting events which cause pain or cruelty to animals are banned in India. Now, to overreach this decision, there was a notification passed by the Government of India in 2016, which made an exception and said that Jallikattu as a sport can be allowed in the state of Tamil Nadu, provided so and so conditions were met. And there was a rider where it was said that due care shall be taken to protect the animals, because now in Jallikattu, the kind of bulls that are used in the race are specially bred. And in fact, one of the arguments which was made by the Tamil Nadu government and people, those who are opposed to this kind of a ban in Jallikattu, said that they usually bring up these bulls or that take part in the races like their own children, and there is no cruelty has been alleged by animal rights activists. Thereafter, after this notification in 2016, the matter went to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court immediately stayed the central government notification and referred the matter to a constitution bench of 5 judges. And in the meantime, while the matter was pending before the constitution bench, the Tamil Nadu government brings in an amendment to the law and allows Jallikattu as a sport and said that Jallikattu is a part of the cultural tradition of the Tamil people and does not in any way amount to cruelty of animals. And in cases where there are cruelty, there are reported cases of cruelty, they are being acted on and action is being taken against them. Moreover, the law also said that this festivity or this festival of Jallikattu shall be celebrated in a very monitored fashion, in the sense that there will be a track of 2 kilometers, there will be fencing on either sides, and even the men who participate in this event, there will be medical aid available to them, and everything that points to the fact that a minimum damage is caused to the bull and the animal shall be ensured.
Okay.
In fact, Kartikeya, there have been stories which have come out in the past that number of people, those who have died in this race, has also gone up. And that was actually the triggering point why people or animal rights activists went to the Supreme Court of
Mr. Muralidharan, your first comment on the Supreme Court?
Once bitten, twice shy. I think at last Supreme Court has understood they should not be meddling with regional sentiments. See, the reason why we came to the streets for Jallikattu is nobody understood the sport. Similarly, even Sabarimala. Okay, now since the government has enacted a law, people of India have come to know there is something behind this. That's why they're passionate about. That's why the Marina protest did not end till the time they were lathi charged. Now, what we need to understand, it is not a simple case. Thanks to our law expert who explained the case beautifully, but I would like to tell you, it was not a simple case. The case started actually in Madurai, Madras High Court, Madurai branch, where a Dalit went to court saying that Kshatriyas are playing this sport and they're not letting me play. Traditionally, it's been a Kshatriya sport. So obviously, then agreed, Dalit went and said they have not been allowed to play, so I should be allowed to pay. That's how it started. PETA picked it up from there. And the initial verdict on the Jallikattu, PETA colluded with Animal Welfare Board of India. Even in this petition, if you say, it is Animal Welfare Board of India versus the Union of India. Animal Welfare Board of India is a part of Union of India. They are actually challenging it. See the funniness of the whole thing. It was PETA who bought AWBI, and along with AWBI, they sabotaged that entire case by giving them wrong information to the court. It was not about animal cruelty which PETA was concerned. PETA wanted a ban in this sport because this was so popular. This gives them a marketing matter. You may ask, like, what is in it for PETA to do this? It is not animal cruelty and animal welfare. I'll tell you, PETA is a marketing company. PETA would like to pick up such sensitive issues. Whether it could be Vaishnav Devi mules, or it could be Kedarnath mules, or it's, Jim Corbett elephant rides, bullock cart rides, elephant rides in Jaipur. This is what they would like to touch, because that will create huge outrage and they'll get huge publicity. When they ban, the entire Western world does not know about Indian culture or Indian traditions. So for them, it looks like cruelty. They will show pictures only when the animal is getting suffocated, or will they pay for such videos and produce those videos? These videos are shown to Westerners, they fall prey for that. And when the ban is enacted and PETA goes and says, oh, we have banned Jallikattu, which is a cruel sport in India, millions of dollars come in as donations. Those millions come into India, they were used. Go and see the number of people who are fighting this case for PETA, number of senior counsels who come. If I'm an activist, if I go to Supreme Court, I can't afford it. I have to go myself as a party in person and fight my case. But same time, when PETA or any of these animal rights groups come in, they bring in at least 3 to 5 senior counsels, each of them charging some 3 to 4 lakhs per appearance. That's the imbalance in justice. That is what has overcome today. That is what is a huge victory today, because it was not the biggest victory for us when we went to Marina and got the government to enact a rule. It is now, today is what justice has provided, because we have fought against a foreign-funded mafia, which is PETA and their clan. PETA, even though they are not directly involved in this case, they were there. Animal Welfare Board of India filed this case. Anjali Sharma, who worked for Animal Welfare India, was thrown out of Animal Welfare Board of India when BJP found out PETA is colluding with Animal Welfare Board of India, and there was a vice chairman by name Chinni Krishna. He was also thrown out. But even when he was out of post, what he did, he gave an authorizing letter to Anjali Sharma to file this petition. And that's how this case came alive again. And the second petition, a co-petitioner, that is M.L. Jayasinghe. Do you want to know whom M.L. Jayasinghe works for? He works for Human Society America.